Good News Weekly, here for another episode.
Yes, sir.
It's a big one, actually, for us. If the ratings are well today, I think we're going to get picked up for another season.
All right.
By our friend T-Money. Anyway, glad you're here today. I want to talk about this today, Johnny. Yes. How do we become people that people want to confide in? Whether it's someone significant in your life, your children or your spouse, but even just your friends. I feel like as a barber, maybe you get an insight into this. Yeah. Some people just seem people run to them to talk, and some people. How do we become people that people want to confide in?
It's just that's a big one, man. I think it's different for different people.
Sure.
I think you learn to be effective in whatever field you're in, whatever your job is, whoever you're around. You just learn to be authentic. I think people come to me because, and they can relate to my music and all that because I am who I say I am, as much as I can be.
Yes, sir.
And I think if you can be that person, if you're Pastor Luke on stage and you're sarcastic and funny, and if you're like that on stage and you're like that in real life, people can appreciate that. You know what I mean? So.
Am I like that?
You are.
I'll just say this: hilarious. The good episodes of the show are the ones that that are happening in between the ones we're filming.
That's a fact. But no, I think authenticity is what people kind of look for people to confide in. So.
I think that people are looking for something that I call, and I've heard described as something called nonjudgmental listening.
Yes.
And I think people are looking for places to express themselves.
Yeah.
Without always needing to receive a verdict back.
Yeah, I think I've had to learn that as a husband.
Yeah, man, for sure. I mean, I got all kinds of young people in my life these days that are going through new jobs, going through breakups, going through this is happening with the person I'm dating. What should I do about this? All this kind of stuff. Yeah. And you really want people to have the experience of being like, yeah, let me call him.
Yeah.
And I've had to learn the hard way that you can't always lead with here's the advice. And here's the thing you need to do.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just need to be able to listen.
And I've had to learn that definitely over the years as a husband, and just not trying to fix whatever issue my wife may be bringing to me or whatever, and just learn and just listen. And just, there's times for that, time to give advice or time to give truth, but people just want to be heard. And just sometimes there's a difference between listening and just being a garbage dump. And somebody can call me and just dump some garbage on me. I can listen, but if it's crossed that boundary.
I have a friend I've always found this really meaningful. I have a friend who, when I'll tell him something that's going on in my mind or heart, he'll say something like, "Thank you for trusting me with that." And it's almost like he communicates it like he's being given a gift to hear what's going on in my heart.
That's good.
And I think that we become people that people want to confide in when their experience of talking to us leaves them feeling better about the things that they're facing, not worse.
Absolutely, man.
So, I mean, church folks, sometimes we're known for maybe not always.
Yeah. How do you, and I got a question for you, how do you navigate that as a pastor? Because when people call the pastor, they're expecting the pastor to have the answer.
Yeah.
Right? So how do you, I guess, just kind of juggle that?
I think that if people are looking for insight or advice from the scripture, I try to give it. I think it's really important if you're doing ministry of any kind to make a distinction between when you're giving biblical counsel and when you're just giving a thought.
Okay, right.
So should I divorce my wife and should I buy more Bitcoin? One of those questions I should have a real certain answer about. The other one,
right.
Right. And I think that sometimes pastors are known for being as aggressively certain about how the Bears are going to win this Sunday as they are about Jesus rose from the dead.
Right.
And I think that I'll say my experience, honestly, as a pastor, is that most often, the single thing that people need the most often is they tell you what's in their mind and what they're trying to figure out. And they're looking for someone to say, yeah, I think what you're thinking makes sense. They're looking for a validation.
For what that.
And often people have really tried to wrestle through the issues and they just need someone to say, you're not crazy. Yeah. I don't see anything out there that you don't see.
Right.
But I think, again, the posture is the same. I just noticed how often Jesus was in a mode of listening.
Yeah.
It's did he need to know the information?
Right.
No, he was trying to create connection.
Right.
So when we do that, I think we're loving people well.
Absolutely.
So thanks for watching. Until we see you next time.
This is good news.